Okay, I am here today because I am going to do an unboxing of my order from BlickArt. Um, and I kind of remember what I ordered. I ordered a bunch of open stock pencils, I know, and I think some paper. I can't quite remember because like I've been ordering so much stuff lately. And I need to stop. I hope I'm at the end of that. Um, Something interesting about BlickArt materials. Well, they used to be called Dick Blick, and I always thought that was the guy's name who started it. Yeah, I can see why they changed their name. But something interesting about them is that I hadn't ordered from. Well, let me just put it this way: they purchased the company that I used to buy my painting stuff from, all my oil paints and my thinners and varnish, and I used to order a lot of canvas from them. I'd order it like on the rolls, and I'd order stretcher bars from them because then I could make my own canvases because I liked painting different sizes. And pre-purchased canvases aren't really that great. At least they weren't back when I was painting. So I would have even made my own stretcher bars, except I didn't want to cut my fingers off, and I needed somebody to watch me with the saw. Because, well, if you heard my story about burning the sweet potato in the microwave and burning up the microwave, like coming downstairs and the microwave being, there's flames inside the microwave. Yeah, that's why sometimes I need to stay away from technical stuff and just color. Oh. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, yeah. Okay. So here are my... Okay, what is this? Oh, okay, I got BlickArt blenders. Blend, layer, and soften edges of colored pencil artwork. Mélanger, superposer et atténuer les contours des dessins au crayon de couleur. That's my fake French accent. Colorless blenders. I did take French for a little while. I kind of like dabble in it on and off, but I don't know. I haven't finished yet. Someday I will. Prismacolor, one of my favorite colors in here, putty beige. I bought one of these open stock from them before, and I still have it, but I use it so much that I said, let me get another one while they're on sale. That was the thing about this. They did have Prismacolor and I think another brand of open stock of pencils that you, if you bought a certain amount, you got a lower price. And so I jumped on that. It's like, okay. It's like, I think the Prismacolors were like, if you buy 12, you get the special price. And so I did. And when you think of it, if you do that and you calculate it, and it's less than if you bought like one of their collection tins, you could actually get some good pencils by catching up with those sales on the open stock and eventually get like a whole set. Which almost, I think, is almost what, kind of what Pamela's doing, Color View, along the way. So I'm usually too impatient to wait to be able to do that, but typical American, can't wait for shit. Typical New York State American, can't wait for shit. We go down south and cause trouble because, like, people are doing things too slow for us. Anyway, so I bought open stock Prismacolors, and I bought, looks like on the list here it says I bought a Holbein colored pencil, and I've never tried Holbein pencils before, so I thought, let me just try one. I can pretty much afford just one of their pencils. It was like $4.25, and that was on sale, I think, just for the single pencil. But I said, let me try it, and plus it's a color I started panicking about, or I thought it was a color I started panicking about, which is lilac, and so they call it lilac, but is this the pencil? Is this the one? No, this is Karen. Karen, I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Karanach. Karanach. Oh. I don't see a lilac in here, other than this one. Oh, maybe this is it. Because I was panicking when I was having a conversation with ColorView about Prismacolor getting rid of a lavender and replacing it with some kind of lavender gray or some crap like that. And I just like flipped out. It's like, wait a minute, it's already hard to find, it's been hard for me to find a lavender pencil, a color that's a true lavender. So, forgive my hand. I don't know, it's so huge in there. Why is that? Yeah, I panicked and started looking at, BlickArt to see, like, okay, what up in stock lavender pencils are there? But this kind of does look like, it doesn't look pinkish. It looks like it is purple. A very, light purple. Purple and white. It looks legit. It was $4.25 for this pencil, though, but, if that's the only place I can get my lavender, I guess, I'll do it. Okay, so, the Holbein Lilac, it says water, it's, what's the name of it? What's it say? Does it say on here? It says artist colored pencil. But on my list, I can't see all that stuff on there. I can't see what it says. Maybe you can. Yeah, it just says Holbein Works Limited on the other side. On my packing slip, it says, I think it's all abbreviated, but it says SPR-CLR, so maybe Spectra Clear. And I think an acronym that I think stands for water soluble. Oh no, that's a different pencil. No, it's different. Scratch that. It just says Holbein colored pencil, lilac. Okay, so that's that. What else did we get? Let's show what else we got. Sorry, I thought it was going to be organized when I did this, and I'm not. Okay, I ordered two BlickArt, their brand of colored pencils. While I don't think I'll ever buy a whole set, I don't know, I can't say for sure. I don't think I'll buy a whole set of BlickArt pencils again. I do like BlickArt pencils for a particular reason, and that is that, I found that they were nice to help ease my stress with the Prismacolor pencils, the colors that flake and stuff a lot, because Blick Studio pencils, they tend to, they almost work like a blender and pencil in one, where they will, the texture of them, I guess they're so waxy, or they're waxy and they're hard. It's kind of, they're a different, consistency of waxy and hard than any other pencil I've used, and so because of that, they can be really good for certain types of blending. Like if you sharpen it, use it sharpened, you can use it to blend in an outline, which is kind of cool. And then if you're doing like the inside of something, or like a larger, area, you can have it like kind of a little more blunt tip, and blend in there, and just not press too hard unless it's like your very last layer of coloring or something, and you don't care what happens after that, because after you do that, you're not going to be able to do anything else. If you press hard, normal to hard with BlickArt pencils, at least for me, you're not going to be able to do anything on top of that. So I don't really like using them by themselves, except for on certain types of paper, and that's usually like on like cheap paper. They kind of, you know, work well on that in some ways. Okay, so I bought a bunch of these. I bought two of them. Let me face it right. Maybe it's, yeah, I can see it better in the camera reflection, I think. The India Lone blue, the blue that freaked me out, that had me so stressed out and said, I'm putting these Prismacolors away. You know, they're driving me nuts. But I love the color. The color is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the most gorgeous blues I've ever seen. So I still have that other one. And also because of how that first one I used was going down on the paper, I thought, this is not going to last very long, this pencil. If I'm using it for a wide area, or even like a, you know, just a space this big, it's going to use up most of my pencil. So, yeah. So I said, let me get two more of those, because they were on sale for, what was it? Did it say Prismacolor? Blue, $1.25 each, because I bought 12. So I think I bought 12 or 8 or something. I can't remember what it is. So actually, oh, this is another BlickArt pencil. This one, those were white, the initial ones. This one is warm gray, and it's like a nice neutral color that, like, you know, often helps me to blend in something in drawings, whether it's for skin or like trying to give a highlight to like a white. That warm gray is nice for that. These are more of the putty beige, because I'm using, what is it, one more putty beige, and then what's this one? Are they the same? I can't even tell. Something about these, I can't see what that says. It's really hard for me to see the print on these pencils these days, especially if they're, I don't know, metallic. Okay, this says beige sienna. Okay, this is a different color, but it's also another neutral tone. I like neutral tones because they help with doing skin tones. So, beige sienna. Where's my white pencil? Another Prismacolor. This one is light peach. Again, good for skin tones. This is another Prismacolor, carmine red, just because, and it doesn't look quite red. Red seems to be another color it's hard for me to find a true one with. This is the one I think that is a truer red, is the crimson red. So I bought another one of those. I always figure you can't have enough red either. So, red, neutrals, and yeah. This one is cream, which is nice because I like yellow, period. And this kind of helps, like, if I want to start out and I'm not sure which direction I want to go with the yellow, if I want more of an orangish one, or more of a, one with a greenish undertone, or in the middle. I could actually start like with this cream and then build on top of that, with whichever hue I want to go towards after that. Oh, okay, yeah, this is the Karen, what's her name? Because I bought this, first of all, I bought it, well, this is not a lavender. It doesn't look like it. But anyway, that was only one reason I was buying it. Another reason was because I've never tried these pencils and I wanted to see what it was like. And one reason I do that is because if I absolutely hate it, then that's a bonus, because I don't want those pencils because they suck for me. So, so if I buy one and I don't like it, I mean, that's not, you know, a hard and fast rule, because sometimes pencils within a collection, like, some work in one way and another color works a different way, but, you know, in my head, it keeps me from thinking about ever getting those if I get one and I don't like it. Okay, and this is another Prismacolor, and this color is beige. So, I get to add this to my open stock pencils, like, you know, Like before I bought some greens, I think, and that was when I first tried the Faber-Castell, and I had those for a while and hadn't even tried them really, and then I tried it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, whoa. I need these in my life. So here's hoping that doesn't happen with the Karen or Karen Ake or whatever the heck she is. Here's hoping that doesn't happen with those pencils. And I don't know why I say she, because maybe that's not somebody's name. Maybe that's something else. I don't know. Let me put these in here too. How many minutes are we on? I think my minute thing is covered. I can't tell. I'm going to try and move along. Okay. Then I got some drawing pads because I'm trying to figure out, I want to start doing some still lifes on, with colored pencil, because I'm kind of feeling with coloring in different books and with watching different colorists, watching Coloring View, / A View as a View, watching Bubbles, watching Kim and other people, I'm getting that feel for how some pencils and some coloring pages really do allow for more of a painterly kind of, I'm gonna sneeze. Phew, excuse me. Of kind of a painterly movement of the pencil. I'm feeling myself getting away from how I would color before, where I'd have the pencil in my hand and I'd be like, and I always had to like color hard. I'm getting more of a feel for that, and getting more of a feel for the layering of pigment, which is what painting is, especially oil painting. It's all about the layering of pigment, and that's what I love about oil paints. Is how what I love about oil paints is you have a long time to work with the pigment, because it takes a long time to dry, depending on how much stuff you add to how much medium you add to the pigment. Again, that's one of the things I love about it. Besides being able to push the paint across the canvas, I just love that. There's just something about that is like very, I don't know, sensual, I guess, for the lack of a better word. It does something to your senses. It just really is like, anyway, so I'm feeling kind of how some of those techniques in painting actually work with colored pencil, and because I love color, and I color in adult coloring pages because I love to color, I thought, I probably should try doing like a still life with colored pencils. And I say a still life because usually when I paint as well, painting a still life forces me to concentrate. It forces me to concentrate on the object, and then it's almost like you become one with that object in a way. Like you become so intense about looking at it that you block everything else out, and all you're thinking of is how that you're just moving with how that thing looks, and your brain, you bypass your thinking part and you just stay with your intuitive part, and so you do kind of step back every once in a while to just see like, okay, how does this look? How does this compare? But you really spend a lot of time in your head with that object. It's very relaxing. And actually, it surprises you with what you come out with, that you actually may be a better drawer or whatever than you thought when you do that. That was something that my painting professor, who was also my drawing professor, taught me, and it blew my mind, the things he had us do. It's like, I didn't think I could draw those kind of things. I thought I could only draw, people with clothes on, fashion illustrations. And he had us drawing things that, like, I was like, oh wow, I didn't know I could do that. I mean, they weren't, it wasn't like, frame it and sell it or nothing like that, but I mean, it was more than I thought I could do, and you could tell what it was, the thing that I had drawn. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. So anyway, so I bought some drawing paper. I'm trying to get a feel for what type of paper you're supposed to use for that. I happen to have just met someone this week who is she actually is a juried artist. Like, she's put things in for, to be judged by other folks. I've never done that. No one's ever told me really how to prepare, a painting or anything like that for like a formal thing like that, like a juried show or anything like that. So I'm wondering if maybe I met her in addition to the original reason, like how we met, that I wonder if I met her so that maybe she can help me learn how to do that and maybe show me other things, because I don't know exactly what her medium is. So that's pretty cool. So I got some drawing paper. It says medium surface. I hope this isn't false advertising that they have the colored pencils on the page. The weight, it says it's 64 pounds? 64 pounds, what's that mean? I don't know what that means. 104G/M2. And I was looking somewhere, like at a drawing, what was it, a online drawing forum, like, for colored pencils or whatever, colored pencil drawing, and they were saying they had said one of the supplies they have for the class was like 250 whatever G/M or something like that. I was like, oh, let me look and see if I can find paper that's that weight. And so even though this doesn't seem to be that weight, I decided to get it anyway. But I did buy some paper that is that weight. Did I? I think I did. I thought I did. But see, I'm very concerned about the texture because I don't want any bubbles or whatever. I don't want any. I want a smooth surface, but I want enough roughness on the surface so that the pencil will adhere. And see, you can tell if I'm talking. If you know anything about this stuff, you can tell as I'm talking that I'm totally ignorant about this. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. So I might be doing some, who knows, I may be doing some really good drawings on some really crappy paper for a while, but oh well. When I think about it, I think there were a lot of actual artists who, of course, weren't appreciated until they died, but until they were long dead. But they did things on various textures that are hanging in museums. Even though it was a study, even though it was this, even though it was that, and it wasn't on the best surface, they're still prized and kept as archival, and they keep up with them so they don't fade and things like that. That's kind of cool, this picture on the cover. And this is sketch paper. This is about the size that I like to work, as far as that I think I would like to work as far as pencil. I don't want to work like half of this. I don't want to work 8.5 by 11. That's just too small for me in my head. And it might be a good skill for me to learn to work that small, but I don't like the idea of working that small. Anyway, so then there's also this. It says this is acid-free for preliminary drawing. Yeah, I'm probably going to be using it for more than that. Maybe, maybe not. Dry media. We'll see. Yeah, it says fine tooth surface. That's what I meant to say, the tooth. The tooth. I want a little tooth, but not a lot of tooth. Okay. And yes, I did say tooth. T-O-O-F. You can add an E at the end to make it fancy. Tooth. Okay. Where am I putting this stuff? I don't know. I do need a section in my room that has this stuff out. And then this is the prize. The thing that precipitated the entire purchase. Do I want to open them now? If I open them, does it mean I have to open them? And see, these I'm actually saving for me drawing a drawing, like one that I want to be archival, the still life. I want to save them for that, really. After trying that one that I bought open stock and I have a feel for how it feels, I think I know a little bit enough about it just to be able to just keep these just for actual artwork rather than adult coloring. So here they are. It's just the 36. That's all I could afford. But I got the 36 set, and I'm thinking what I'll do, particularly as I get used to what colors I need to do, what I need to do when I'm drawing the still life. I'll probably just buy the rest open stock. There's no need for me to have 120 pencils of these. Particularly, I don't think, particularly if I'm going to be layering, I need to get the feel of what that's like to layer, to do a still life in layering with pencils, and to kind of get back to my color theory, and with blending, like this plus this makes this, this and this makes this, if I need to, rather than using black, creating black by the combination of colors I use so that the black has more richness to it, more depth to it. And yeah, I'm talking like I know a whole lot, but like that's about the extent of my knowledge about art, things that I learned from professors. And yeah, so I felt very different about approaching ordering these. As I started, I kept looking at them, and yeah, I really feel like this is my art set. So, Faber-Castell polychromos. You know what? This might be bad, but I'm not even gonna open them now. I'm not, because I'm not ready to do the still life. I actually have a picture picked out to do the still life, and I found another possibility kind of by accident. So, and actually the one that I saw, not the one that I saw. I actually took a photograph of something that was on my counter one day. It was apples. I actually saved them. I was supposed to like throw them in the compost, but I liked how they were arranged on the cutting board. I was like, oh my gosh, that's like that needs to be a still life. So I went and took a picture of it before I threw them out in the compost. And so I have that picture saved on my phone and on my computer. But it was, what was it? I know it was an apple, or the remains of an apple, or an old apple, an apple that had like been sitting around and was getting kind of brown, because I forgot and left it out overnight. And I think there was, the, outside of an avocado, because the inside had been eaten out. And then the avocado seed. I think those were the three things. There might have been some other part of the avocado, maybe two parts, maybe both halves of the outside were still there, possibly. Maybe one slice of the other half of the apple might have been left too. But however it was like, oh my gosh, that's like really how it was positioned and stuff, and it was on a small wooden cutting board. And yeah, so hopefully when I start working on it, you'll get to see it, and I'll show you what that, the picture, and then how my picture is turning out. Maybe I'll do a live where I actually, well, maybe not a live, but maybe I'll put up videos of me working on it. I just need a good place to a good setup for working on something like that. I'm trying to figure that out. As everything, always trying to figure out the setup. So that is my unboxing of my order from BlickArt, and who also purchased Utrecht art supplies. And again, I do recommend Utrecht. If you are a painter, I highly recommend Utrecht. Their stretcher bars, their canvas, You can get pre-gessoed canvas from them, and you can get ungessoed canvas from them. I bought the ungessoed one, and well, even if you buy the gessoed one, you should probably gesso it again anyway a few times, but according to what you're painting. But that's another story too. I don't know why I'm saying that like I'm an expert. I don't know. Anyways, that's the unboxing, and hope you enjoyed watching what I got. Have a good day.